Hey guys, welcome to another video. So this video is going to be me talking about a possibly risky transfer strategy from Chris Wilder for this upcoming transfer window. So just before I start the video, make sure to drop a like on it. I'm going to aim for more than 5 like I have done. The last time I did that we've reached, I think we're on about 8 to 9 likes at the moment. So hopefully guys, we can reach the same target as we did last time, or even get more than 10, who knows. So if you see the like amount right now and it's under 10, let's say, make sure to drop a like on the video. It just makes the support on the channel greater and establishes me more, I suppose you could say. So guys, 5 or more likes would be excellent. So as I just said, it is a possibly risky transfer strategy because obviously we've already saw Chris Wilder bring in a fantastic player in Dean Henderson, but I'm going to come straight into the video and read out the quote that he said. So he said, "It might be a bit of a slow burn for us because we're looking at quality, not quantity, and so deals may take a little bit longer to get done." The quote should be on screen. Now, the last transfer window, it went right to the wire, didn't it? In the last summer transfer window, it went right to the wire. The 30th or 31st of August, whichever one. I don't even know how many days it has in it. And we didn't even get deals completed then, you know. We saw Devante Cole, something Quinn, it's like Carlos Quinn or something, Jerome Sinclair. Them 3 players, first off, the deals fell through. Then we had to sign Ben Hennigan because a deal for Darragh Lenihan fell through. We had so many opportunities to get better players and possibly get the playoff spot that we wanted, but we didn't quite get the players that we wanted, I suppose. We got Clayton Donaldson in the end, which I was quite happy about. He was probably a better option out of Jerome Sinclair and Devante Cole and himself for championship experience and all of them sort of attributes. But I feel like coming out and say 10 away, it's just not great, to be honest. I feel like it would have just been easier if you just told the fans that we're going to try and get the deals done as quickly as possible. Might be a couple of trip ups, but we're going to try and get quality over quantity in as soon as possible. I just reckon that it's going to be quite tough for us to get exactly what we wanted if we're going to be playing the waiting game, or unless we are literally just going for free agents and loan players. If we are going to sign some permanent players, it's going to be very tough for us Blades fans, especially because we're hardly being linked to players either. I'm not saying that this is a bad thing, because obviously the Clayton Donaldson deal, the Ben Hennigan deal last season, none of us knew that they were going to be happening until they was announced by the club on Twitter and the website and everything. So for all we know, we might have 2 Blades players at the club right now having medicals. We honestly have no clue. One player that I have saw us linked with is Sam Gallagher. It is a pretty decent striker from Southampton, and he's probably only be on loan. He was on loan at Birmingham last season, catching about 9 or 10 goals, I think it was. It wasn't too many, to be honest, in the amount of appearances he had, and hopefully Chris Wilder, if we do get him, can develop him a bit more. But there's a couple of other reasons why I'm not happy about this. Obviously last season we started off the season very well, okay? We carried over some momentum, we had some players overperforming, you could say. You know, Paul Coots, last time he were in the Championship, he was shipped out by Derby, and they weren't the best of sides at the point when they got rid of him, you know, 7 or 8 years ago, about 5 or 6 years ago it must be now, possibly less, but you know what I'm saying. Obviously Jack O'Connell fitted into his boots very well. Richard Seaman, we were grateful to get him, but towards the second half of the season, the January transfer window, we had to sign quite a few players because Paul Coots got injured, as you know, and that completely tipped over our season. It basically Titanicked us, you could say, because I'm pretty sure when Paul Coots got injured, we were definitely in the top 3, I'd say. I remember us beating Wolves and going top of the table September, October time, and it was really looking up for the Blades. And then mid to late November, Burton, Paul Coots got injured, and in the January transfer window signed Lee Evans and Ryan Leonard as a replacements. Hopefully one of them could have filled the boots, because obviously John Lundstrom struggled too, and it didn't quite work like that. And obviously Chris Wilder's trying to keep the main core of the side that we've got, but it's just not going to work. It just is not going to work, alright? I'm coming out and saying it. I'm a realistic fan. If you guys don't like that, go elsewhere. But the second half of the season tailed off for us a bit because teams started finding us out. And we couldn't deal with that, okay? there's a couple of matches that I won't forget. You know, Brentford away, we should have easily won that game, but we didn't. Preston at home, should have easily got a draw or a win in that game, but we lost it 1-0 thanks to, I think it was Alan Brown scoring. And we lost our finishing touch. We also got very lucky with Leon Clark providing all them goals for us. On another season, we couldn't have had them goals, and it could have been a very sticky season for us. Billy Sharp and Leon Clark only have a couple more seasons in them as well, if that's even possible. Because Billy Sharp, we saw him towards the second half of the season. You could tell that he's starting to get a bit slower, a bit less, what's the word? Just a bit less sharp. I do not know that word when his surname Sharp. But, you know, Leon Clark, he might only get 10 goals next season, 5 or 10 goals. He might go in January for a, 2 or 3 million if we can fetch that much for him. And Wilder's going to need to get in a couple of strikers that are good enough to get us goals in the Championship, okay? I know that the budget is a lot low for us. I'd say it's probably about 5 million to 10 million. But with that budget, you've got to sign a very, very good striker. We don't need midfielders, okay? Especially if Paul Coots can come back and be just as good as he was before. But we need 2 strikers, in my opinion, because we've obviously got rid of Clayton Donaldson, we're getting rid of James Anson, Colin Lavery, Billy Sharp and Leon Clark, as I just said, might not be able to do as well as last season. So 2 strikers under the age of 28, I'd say. Sam Gallagher, I wouldn't mind him being one of them. It's just about finding the other one, which could be a very hard task. Obviously, the relegated sides, they could have a striker that we could like. Kiefer Moore from Barnsley was starting to get used to the Championship. They also had Ollie McBurnie on loan. Could he be a possible player that we could get on loan? I wouldn't mind that at all, to be perfectly honest. So there are a lot of reasons why Wilder, getting back onto the topic of the video, why we should probably try and to get a couple of deals done as quick as we can, especially the striker situation, okay? Maybe try and get 1 striker done quickly, and then, I'm happy for us to get 1 striker done quickly to partner Leon Clark at the start of the season, but then we need to, I suppose, I don't know what I mean. I'm just trying to say that we shouldn't be trying to wait until the last day to get the best players. We should try to get it done 2 or 3 weeks before the transfer window shuts. If needs must, do it a week later than that. We've also, I know this video is dragging on a bit now, but we're bringing through 3 new players to the first team squad for definite to the Portugal pre-season trip. We're taking Regan Slater, Reece Norrington-Davis, and what's his name? Jake Eastwood. Sorry, I forgot it. And it wouldn't surprise me if Norrington-Davis starts the season at left back, because Ender Stevens, he was just average once last season. So if we can bring through one of them 3 to the first team squad, to the starting 11 on the first day of the season, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Which I'm going to touch on that in a later video, obviously. So guys, tell me what you guys think of this video down in the comments. It's obviously going to be quite controversial. Do you think that Wilder should be just trying to get the deals done as quickly as possible? Or do you reckon it should be going for quality over quantity? Because as I said, towards the second half of the season last season, we was relegation form. And the squad that we've got right now, we need at least 4 players to get us over the line. I'm not saying avoid relegation, but I suppose just be comfortable because of our second half of the season form. So guys, if you have enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a big fat like on it. 5 or more is the target. Tell me down in the comments what you think of this. So yeah, subscribe, enjoy the rest of your day, and it's going to be a testing transfer window for us Blaze fans. Hopefully Chris Wilder can get it right. I'll see you later.